This is Jilliana Ranicar-Breese, and I'm here in Kaş, which is a very attractive place in Turkey on the turquoise coast. And I have the pleasure of meeting, or last night I met Hakan. Tell me your surname?
Senbir, Hakan Senbir.
Yes. Now he actually, now I've said the word actually, lives in England with his wife, who's an interior designer. But Hakan has a very unusual profession, so I'm going to be talking about what he does in life. Now, you started off, you come from Istanbul.
Yes, I am.
Yes, you're Turkish.
I am Turkish, yeah.
Yeah, and you speak wonderful English. So where did you learn your English?
Actually, it was after I finished university. I was working in a company, and I was planning to my PhD after my master degree. So for PhD English, I went to United Kingdom, and I stayed nearly 3 years there.
What you were studying?
I was studying industrial minerals. Actually, I was a specialist of the industrial mineral called clay, which is used in ceramic industry.
Yes.
So my master degree was about clay. It was on clay, supply management and marketing, and some details underneath this concept. So I was planning doing a PhD on this particular subject, and that is why I went to United Kingdom. But I actually in there I got married with my first wife, and
she was Italian.
She was Italian.
So of course you speak Italian.
Yes, I was actually speaking much more better 20 years ago. But after England, I decided to cancel my PhD. I didn't do it, and I got married, and I started to work in advertising industry in Turkey. I changed my
changed your profession. Now, why did you do that? Well, what happened? Something must have happened.
Actually, my ex father-in-law gave some advice about this, because he probably felt and saw something particular in my speaking, or in my behaviors, or my culture, in my
your
cultural
personality,
and
yes.
He told me that after marrying with my wife, with my daughter, so I would like you to change your professionality, because you have to stay.
So he was controlling you.
Yeah, but it was a good advice,
because
very
good, yes.
Actually my first professionality was actually needed some more traveling all around Turkey. So it wasn't a very good idea to get married with a foreign girl, making her living in Istanbul, and you travel all around Anatolia and Turkey actually. So that's why I changed my professionality. I had some friends in advertising industry. Actually, one of my best friends was a boss of an agency, and I started to work in this agency. And when I was working in the agency, I made my second master degree in business administration and marketing. Actually.
But you specialize in strategy, don't you? A special strategy.
Yeah. Specialty actually is about brand strategy. I mean, strategy,
branding. And
branding.
You created a model. Tell me about that.
I did actually. I worked with many models when I was working for an agency. I worked for 2 agencies. One of them was local, and the other one was international. And when I was working in the agencies, I actually worked with different models. And when I started to do my job, brand consultancy business, I decided to create my model, because all strategy walking, let me say, thinking path are the same. You make analysis, and then finally you find the attractiveness. After this analysis, after attractiveness, you write the strategy, then solutions and tracking. So this is actually, if you conquer a city, or if you do your own branding, or if you create a brand strategy for a commercial brand, this path the same. So I wrote a strategy by meaning that strategy is a must.
Yeah, M-U-S-T. What does that stand for?
M stands for market attractiveness, which means you make analysis, a good analysis, market analysis, and then you analysis, sorry for my pronunciation, and then you come with a proposal of market attractiveness. Then after finding this market attractiveness, you come to the second point, second step, which is U, which is unlock growth. Actually, you always write strategies for unlocking growth. You need growth, actually. So it's all about strategies, all about growth. So unlock growth, underneath this letter U, I write the strategy, the strategical path. Then, of course, in this step, you find many success areas. And then in the third letters, there is S, which is solution generation. I create solutions for these success areas. So this is the third step. And the fourth step is tracking. I mean, it must be measurable. It must be to be accountable. You have to measure. So tracking is all about measuring. So it's a circle. After measuring, you turn back to the market attractiveness, to the point of M, and then go around and follow the strategy.
So do you give lectures on this, or?
I do. It's one of my, a part of my job, actually.
And where do you teach or facilitate?
Actually, till we start to live in United Kingdom, I actually gave lectures regularly for 15 years.
In London?
In universities. In Yeditepe University, Bilgi.
Which university?
Yeditepe is a university, is a very well-known university in Istanbul. Another one is Bilgi, which literally can be translated into knowledge. And Bilgi University, I also gave lectures there.
In Turkey?
In Turkey. And finally, the last 2 years of these 15 years, I gave lessons in Kadir Has University, which is very nice university by the Golden Horn.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, and it was about strategy.
Have you taught in England?
No, actually, it is my dream, but I don't have any network. So, but I mean, I have things to talk about strategy and also perception management. It's my second subject.
Perception management. Yeah. Do tell me about that.
Well, it's of course, if you like, I do love to talk about this, but it's a very interesting. Yeah, it's a very interesting subject because perception is reality, especially in this epoch, in this time. It's very important, and there are methodologies to understand what is perception and why perception is related with the reputation management. And reputation management is extremely important. Actually, even if I was an ex-admin, I can tell that it's much more important. I can say that it's much more important than advertising. Perception management is related with reputation management. So reputation management is extremely important because it's all about reputation. Because every strong brand has this risk. So the medicine of this risk is a good reputation management. So it mustn't be forgotten when you write a strategy for a brand.
Are your clients mainly Turkish? Because
no.
you mentioned to me a mattress company, and of course this Turkish Airlines. We'll come on to that in part two.
Yeah, sure. No, not all. I mean, maybe 80%, 70% always Turkish. Yeah. But I also worked for like Pfizer, Merentz bedding company. I also worked for Tempur. I mean, I had some other...
And do you have any connection with America? Because, of course, they're the doyen of strategy and marketing, aren't they?
I have very good American bedding brands, but I'm helping them, actually, I'm consulting them for their business in Turkey, not in America.
I see. Yeah. Okay, well, we're going to talk about Turkish Airlines, which is a wonderful airline, in part two. Thank you very much.
I thank you.